When they appeared on television, these Fox News anchors were the focus of attention and had it all. But after a startling incident, they were sacked right after, departing the Fox News industry. Following this, the Fox News anchor was sacked amid a string of unexpected scandals, controversies, and conspiracies. Tucker Carlson. First, let's talk about the most recent and startling controversy that shook Fox News. On Fox News, Tucker Carlson was a prominent primetime personality. In actuality, millions of people routinely watched Tucker Carlson Tonight, his show. His show drew over 3 million people per night in its later years. Confrontational storytelling, challenging commentary, cultural reframing, and contentious perspectives on immigration, race, political elites, and gender issues were all elements of Tucker's style. He was highly influential in conservative politics and media and swiftly rose to prominence as a cultural character on Fox News. Some detractors still viewed him as a liability, despite the fact that Fox News capitalized on his popularity. Given that the Fox News anchor was fired in April 2023 as a result, it appears they were correct. Tucker Carlson's show was terminated and he was unexpectedly dismissed by Fox News. In a brief statement, the network said something like, "We appreciate his service, but they did not provide a thorough explanation." The reason for Tucker's termination was the subject of numerous rumors and conjectures almost immediately after it happened. What's interesting is that Fox fired Tucker Carlson for a number of reasons rather than a single one. The slander case against Dominion voting systems was one of the primary causes. This caused Tucker Carlson to have a lot of issues with Fox News. Fox News paid $787.5 million to Dominion to resolve a significant slander claim. During that judicial process, the courts found numerous court-related internal documents and private text messages. Tucker Carlson was found to have criticized the network's direction and made derogatory comments about Fox executives and co-workers in these texts. His text messages, which were often critical of his Fox colleagues and occasionally promoted or defended the public election fraud claims, also cast doubt on them even while he was on television. After the 2020 election, he said that he greatly detested Donald Trump and that we are very almost ready to ignore him most evenings. "I'm really excited." In one censored text message, Tucker acknowledged supporting the mob and talked about seeing a video of Trump fans assaulting an Antifa child. He wrote, "Obviously, it is dishonorable to jump a guy like that. White men do not fight that way." Additionally, Tucker Carlson expressed dissatisfaction in texts about his declining audience credibility. Not only did he question Fox News' senior leadership. In addition to his text conversations being made public during the defamation litigation against Dominion voting systems, Tucker Carlson was sued by his former co-worker. The former producer and senior booker of Tucker Carlson Tonight, Abby Grossberg, filed claims alleging that his show operated in a ****ing misogynistic workplace. She asserted that the male employees frequently excluded the female employees from crucial meetings and made disparaging remarks about women. Additionally, women on the team were assigned to less desirable tasks or lower positions, and the ethos of the workplace normalized objectifying and demeaning women, according to Grossberg. Among her accusations were instances such as pictures of Nancy Pelosi in suggestive positions around the office and using abusive language in comments directed at women. Grossberg further asserted that managers had ignored her complaints, stating that, "This is Tucker's tone, that's just how the show goes." Thus, it appears like Tucker was facilitating this type of atmosphere. Numerous texts sent by Tucker Carlson were made public after this Fox News anchor was sacked. According to the texts, he frequently used foul, harsh, and derogatory language. In the internal communications, he used the C word to refer to a senior Fox News executive. In other texts, he used strong language to disparage Sidney Powell. In his writings, he went so far as to label women as incredibly primitive. In addition to the messages and lawsuits, it appears that this Fox News anchor's lack of camaraderie with his supervisors and co-workers contributed to his termination. Always acting as though he was superior to the network, Tucker Carlson occasionally promoted items that caused controversy and worried advertisers. In fact, according to several Fox insiders, he was a problem in terms of legal risk and advertising backlash. They were also concerned that Fox News may suffer severe harm to its reputation if some of his texts were made public once more. Viewers recalled the startling scandal in which two Fox News stars were sacked consecutively when Tucker Carlson, the anchor, was fired after this. Roger Ailes and Gretchen Carson's controversy. It all began when Gretchen Carson, a former CBS employee, joined Fox News in 2005. She started working as a co-host on Fox and Friends. She rose in the network's rankings over time, eventually landing her own program, The Real Story with Gretchen Carson. She had a reputation for being ambitious, outspoken, and having a distinctive interviewing style. Gretchen Carlson, however, was sacked by Fox News immediately after 11 years of employment. Inquiring as to whether something was concealed, fans and watchers started to wonder why. Gretchen's complaint, which she filed a week later, revealed that they had fired her in retaliation for her refusal to follow the wishes of a powerful guy. Roger Ailes was the CEO of Fox News when Gretchen filed the complaint. She filed numerous accusations against him, including unlawful termination, retaliation for her complaints, and ****ing harassment. Her accusations were quite explicit. During a meeting, for example, she said that Ailes had told her, "I think you and I should have had a ****ing relationship a long time ago, and then you'd be good and better, and I'd be good and better." According to reports, he instructed her to turn around in his office so he could see her behind. People made remarks about her legs and advised her to dress in skimpy attire. Ailes only advised her to get along with the males when Gretchen complained about *****y behavior, according to Gretchen, who also claimed that she was labeled a man-hater at work. Her career was ruined after Gretchen protested and turned off his overtures. She lost her prominent morning show, Fox and Friends, to a less desirable timeslot, experienced pay reductions, had fewer high-profile interviews, and was shunned by the network. Following this, the Fox News anchor was eventually let go. Naturally, Fox News and Roger Ailes refute all of the charges. They asserted that Gretchen's poor ratings during her timeslot were the reason for her termination rather than harassment or rejection of approaches. It was difficult to accept this, of course, as Gretchen's lawyers had evidence showing her audience had grown year. Even though she was denied support and promotions and transferred to a less desirable timeslot, she was still doing well. However, the lawsuit's occurrence paved the way for a larger scandal. Following the public release of Gretchen's concerns, numerous other women came forward to accuse Ailes of inappropriate behavior and ****ing harassment. As the pressure increased, Roger Ailes was compelled to leave Fox News. Only a few weeks after Gretchen's lawsuit was filed, Gretchen Carlson and Fox News had to come to an agreement whereby Fox News paid her almost $20 million and apologized publicly. This was equivalent to acknowledging responsibility, but this is not the only Fox News anchor that lost their job due to Roger Ailes. Tantaros Andrea. Andrea Tantaros was a well-known Fox News anchor. She progressed from unpaid contributions as a political commentator to full-time hosting positions. As a Fox News personality, her style was expected, and she eventually co-hosted The Five until being outnumbered. From 2015 to 2016, Andrea made some very severe accusations. She accused Fox News' influential CEO, Roger Ailes, of making offensive ***** remarks and proposals. To get a better look at you and find out if she was intending to get married and start a family, for example, he had asked her to turn around. In order to conform to beauty standards, she also claimed that she was forced to expose her legs and wear certain suggestive clothing. Senior management disregarded all of her grievances. Additionally, Andrea stated that she was transferred from the more well-known show, The Five, to Outnumbered, which had a smaller viewership and a less noticeable time slot. In response to a complaint regarding the harassment, she lost her job by 2016. She included allegations of harassment as well as a culture of misogyny, intimidation, and immorality at Fox News, which she dramatically described in her lawsuit as a cult driven by ***** and resembling a Playboy mansion. Fox News, however, denied any involvement in the allegations, claiming that she was fired for breach of contract rather than harassment or retaliation. The main specific contract issue mentioned was that Tantaros published her book, Tied Up in Knots, How Getting What We Wanted Made Women Miserable, without first getting the necessary approval from Fox executives. Her cover art, which featured her arms tied over her head in a way the network deemed provocative, was also revealed. Fox also attempted to have her lawsuit sent to arbitration, claiming that in accordance with her contract, they could only settle disputes out of court. She was referred to as an opportunist and her complaint was allegedly full of lies. As a result, Fox formally fired Andrea Tantaros in April 2016 for contract violations. However, she named Roger Ailes, Fox News, and other high-ranking officials, including Bill Shine, Suzanne Scott, Irina Briganti, and Deanne Brandy, in her lawsuit, which she filed a few months later. Even though Andrea was let go, her contract was still in effect for a while. Even though she was off the air, she continued to receive her salary, and her contract wasn't immediately cancelled. Roger Ailes and other Fox News executives were also accused of assault, which led to Rudy Bachthier's termination. Before working at Fox, the Iranian-American journalist had a strong reputation at CNN, particularly for her foreign reporting. She began working for Fox News Channel as a general correspondent in 2006. The trial and execution of Saddam Hussein, as well as the summit between Iraq's Nouri al-Maliki and Iran's Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, were among the major international issues she covered. Her credentials were strengthened because these were prominent jobs for international news. After 6 months of working as a freelancer and part-time contributor, Rudy signed a 3-year contract with Fox. The agreement includes opportunities for growth, such as the opportunity to establish a permanent base in Washington, D.C. In late 2006, Rudy made some startling claims. Brian Wilson, who at the time was being promoted to bureau chief in Washington, she said, showed interest in advancing her career. He then made full, uninvited advances. She specifically claims that he proposed that she see her hotel room, said things like, "You know how I feel about you," and that she refused. After accusing Roger Ailes of inappropriate behavior, she was sacked as another Fox News anchor. To observe her legs, he has instructed her to stand. She experienced pressure to look good, such as wearing miniskirts and being instructed to do things that Roger found particularly appealing. Every time she turned down the advances, her career suffered as a result. She began being reassigned once she turned down Brian Wilson Fox, receiving less notable tasks like tabloid-style tales. They minimized her contributions and kept her out of some Washington bureau job. She was abruptly sacked after complaining to HR internally. However, Fox maintained that she wasn't fired for whole assault. Their official justification was that she wasn't doing well, that her reporting wasn't up to par, and that John Moody doesn't think you're a good reporter. According to Rudy, the true reason was retaliation for complaining and turning down the overtures. In 2007, she was dismissed on the basis of a purported performance decision. Her attorney then formally complained to Fox about quid pro quo, a hostile workplace, and retaliation. The matter proceeded to private mediation. Fox News was ordered to pay Rudy the $670,000 that was left on her 3-year contract, plus her legal fees, after a mediator found in her favor. For many years, she was prohibited from discussing the specifics in public as part of the settlement. Prior to Gretchen Carlson's public lawsuit against Roger Ailes, she mainly kept quiet. She says it was difficult for her to get similar on-camera or televised employment after leaving Fox. She began focusing more on off-camera work, public relations, producing, and then reporting or producing for Reuters. She also started presenting radio shows. Henry, ed. The next Fox News anchor was let go following a startling 2020 misconduct controversy. After working for CNN for a while, Edward Michael Ed Henry Jr., a seasoned American journalist, joined Fox News in 2011. As a White House journalist, he joined Fox. He was elevated over the years to important positions, such as chief national correspondent. Later on, he and Sandra Smith were appointed to co-host America's Newsroom, which elevated him to the position of prominent Fox News anchor. The situation took a turn for the worse in June 2020, when Fox News was notified by a former employee's lawyer that Ed Henry had engaged in deliberate sexual misconduct at work. They mentioned an incident that happened years ago. The claims were promptly looked into by an outside law firm that had never before represented Fox News. After receiving the complaint, Henry was suspended and relieved of his on-air responsibilities that same day. the Fox News host lost her job a week later. According to Fox News, there was enough evidence in the investigation to support Ed Henry's termination. In public pronouncements, Henry, of course, refuted the accusations and predicted his future vindication. The case started after he was fired. Filed through the former Fox business producer Jennifer Eckhart. In addition to raping her in 2017, she said Henry allegedly harassed her and threatened to harm her if she didn't comply with his demands. She said that he had coerced and groomed her. Henry was also charged by Cafe Aru, another complainant, with inappropriate behavior and sending unsolicited texts and pictures. However, Ed Henry refused to accept his dismissal. He filmed a lawsuit against Fox and its CEO for defamation. He asserted that Fox had defamed him by publicly characterizing his termination as the result of deliberate sexual misconduct. Fox was accused by him of damaging his reputation. Additionally, he accused Fox of ignoring or suppressing evidence that could refute their claims of a complete inquiry. The claims. The litigation that Jennifer Eckhart was involved in was resolved in 2025. He was accused of serious misbehavior by her, including demands and pressure. Henry refuted each of these allegations, but the case raised awareness of other connected Fox News controversies, such as the one involving Roger Ailes. Numerous viewers also recalled another startling scandal involving Fox News anchor Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly, one of Fox News' biggest stars, was Bill O'Reilly. The O'Reilly Factor was the most popular primetime cable news program. He got notoriety for his hostile interviewing style and frequently used violence against guests. O'Reilly also had strong conservative beliefs, used controversial language, framed the culture war, and mingled opinions and criticism. Because of his book series, he was also a best-selling novelist and a household name among Fox watchers. Fox's brand relied heavily on his charisma. Thus, the firing of the Fox News anchor in April 2017 came as a shock to many viewers. The New York Times article that broke some startling news was the direct cause. 5 women had been compensated by O'Reilly or Fox with up to $13 million due to S***T or other allegations. Numerous advertisers withdrew, and advertisers began to distance themselves from the O'Reilly Factor as a result of these accusations. Fox's parent corporation, 21st Century Fox, even requested that the same legal firm that looked into Roger Ailes look into the claims. O'Reilly was then fired, and his show was canceled. Fox's official statement following a rigorous and comprehensive analysis of the accusations, the business and Bill O'Reilly have decided that O'Reilly will not be returning to Fox News. Naturally, O'Reilly maintained that the accusations were baseless and denied any wrongdoing. For his dismissal, he cited pressure from advertisers, liberal groups, political rivals, and the media. Publicly claiming his innocence, he described his dismissal as a political and financial ploy and implied that various parties had a hand in the decision. Since his dismissal, he has started or developed other media endeavors, such as his podcast, No Spin News. O'Reilly, however, reportedly had a contract that paid him a hefty income of roughly $25 million annually. Clauses in his contract permitted termination under specific conditions. He was accused of being Chris Stirwalt, yet he was compensated handsomely after leaving according to the contract. Finally, we have Fox News anchor Chris Stirwalt, who was let go following an unexpected scandal. In July 2010, he began working for Fox News as a reporter and political news commentator. He eventually rose to the position of political editor at Fox, where he helped with election night decision desk calls and on-air analysis of polls and voting patterns. His calmness was well recognized. Data-driven analysis that frequently explains how elections work, such as what happens when votes fall in a particular precinct or how trends change. In addition, he co-hosted the podcast Perino and Stirwalt, I'll Tell You What, alongside Dana Perino. But a lot of his followers were surprised when Fox News sacked Chris in 2021. Fox asserted that, particularly in the wake of the 2020 presidential election, his dismissal was a component of a larger internal reorganization. Simultaneously, other long-term workers were also let go. Stirwalt was sacked for another startling reason in addition to this reorganization. He worked on Fox's decision desk and was among the first to call Joe Biden on election night on behalf of Arizona. Many of President Donald Trump's fans were incensed by his call. Fox was pressured to rescind the request by certain viewers and political figures. On television and in public, Stirwalt supported the call. Because of this, he became the target of skeptics who believed the network was compromising Trump's story. Following this projection, he experienced internal pressure and negative feedback from viewers. He was the focus of harsh criticism from Trump fans, who accused Fox of cover-ups and bigotry. In his subsequent works, Stirwalt speculates that Fox management might have believed that his on-air demeanor or the network's choice to adhere to the data-driven call rather than caving in to political pressure had alienated a portion of its viewership. He then became the political editor at News Nation and worked in the media. He wrote and openly discussed how his dismissal was more than just a reorganization. These terrible controversies led to the termination of these Fox News anchors, either being retaliated against or being accused of ****ing wrongdoing. A few others were expelled for making political remarks. In your opinion, which anchors should not have been let go? Leave a comment with your ideas. We appreciate your time and hope to see you in the next video.